Hey guys, it's Super here, and welcome to Ultimate Challenge 10. So for this one, we have this dexterity set as the reward. Honestly, nothing that special, but let's get right into it. It says over here it's a difficult stage, and let's see what the boss does. So basic attack just does some damage, and then if an enemy, which is our team of course, is under stealth or some such status, the damage that will be minimized. At the beginning of stealth turn, search the enemy who has dealt the highest damage. If the enemy is not under stealth, the search will be successful and he will deduct our health. If the enemy HP is below 40% and the health is deducted, then our team will slay the enemy directly. And lastly for this part, Divine Torch throws fireballs on the main target, and enemies who are not under stealth status or considered under such status will take damage. So basically we just need to have a bunch of stealth characters. So let's just have Vasily for damage, let's add Murungjing for survivability, let's have Felicia for damage, let's add maybe Hanya for survivability, or maybe we can try Rista. Both work pretty well, I think. So, okay, let's just try... Maybe let's even try Ben Austin. And lastly, let's have Apsara for HP recording. So let's use the Feathered Serpent pet. I don't really know what's the optimal pet, but I mean, this is the new pet which I've just gotten, so let's just give it a try. And unfortunately, I didn't set a preset, so we will kind of have to manual this fight to make sure our Apsara damage record is active. But besides that, I think this hopefully will be a pretty easy fight. So I will assume that our Vasily will be the one who will end up doing the most damage, and since he does have the various stealth effects, this shouldn't be an issue and survivability should be fine. Of course, we have Murungjing, which will grant stealth for the entire team as well, which is going to be very useful. And with Murungjing's survivability anyway, hopefully even if we don't have stealth, we will be able to survive very easily. So we can just keep going. The Feathered Serpent will help buff our Felicia's damage quite significantly, I believe. And of course, Vasily on his own does lots of good damage as well. So far so good. The damage record did a pretty good chunk onto the boss. And we can just keep going from here. So I am curious which of my characters will be dealing the most damage. The competition is primarily just going to be between Vasily and our Felicia. Apsara may end up doing more simply because of her damage recording, but I don't really count that as the main source of damage since that is just damage recorded from our other characters. But my prediction is that Vasily will be our strongest damage dealer in this fight. So far we seem to be on track. Let's use Murungjing's special 2 to give us that stealth for our whole team. And as we keep going, I think we will be able to maybe complete this fight in around 7 to 8 turns. Felicia's damage so far is honestly not anything that incredible. But with the amount of pursuit and attacks that she does, it does add up and maybe it's just much less noticeable than the big chunks of damage dealt by our Vasily. And in fact, I'm noticing even our Apsara, when she uses her special 2 and it crits, it actually does do a pretty good amount of damage as well. So we have Apsara's resonance damage record, which is going to be nice. And you can see Murungjing is just keeping us alive so easily and so well in this fight. It's kind of funny how Ultimate Challenge 8, which was the bleed one, actually gave me by far the most difficulty and after that, this fight, which is supposed to be a difficult challenge, is just so much easier in comparison. So let's use our gem over here. Our Ben Austin Special 4, of course, with our Focus Fire tag. And I think we are on track to completing it in 7 turns as I predicted. Or maybe even less, we might be able to clear it this turn as well. So I think we do have Vasily Special 4 up very soon. I believe this turn, or once he is able to take a turn, we will be able to use it. So 7 boss turns, and without a doubt now, we will end the fight over here. Very, very simple and straightforward fight. And we do get this nice dexterity set as a reward. Let's see what stats we get. This HP rate and speed one is not bad. This one is nothing too special. This one has a speed, but it's pretty low subset, but still decent with HP rate and effective as well, which is useful. And for the boots, we have HP rate, which is nice, and maybe defense rate may be useful eventually. So pretty surprisingly, actually, we can see our Felicia did a lot more damage than our Vasily. As mentioned, because Felicia does her damage in multiple small chunks compared to Vasily, who does a small amount of big chunks of damage, it was really difficult to notice, at least for me, and Felicia ended up doing lots of damage, and I'm sure having the Serpent pet did help to buff her damage as well. So yeah, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.